Welcome to Sun City News. I'm your host, Norma Taylor. Here are some of the stories we're starting off with for this week's show. Reporter Chris Chase attended the Music Guild's annual picnic. Georgia Lash was at the recent Meet the Author event. And later in the program, the Car Club was in attendance at the Carpool Concert. Those stories and more coming up. Sun City News starts now.
This is Sun City News. With our news team bringing you stories from Sun City and the Low Country. Taking the lead with entertainment news. And on deck is our sports report. Sun City News, from people you know, about people you know. This week's SCTV News starts now.
The pavilion rang out with beautiful music as the Music Guild had their annual picnic. Reporter Chris Chase was there to join in the fun.
Now, I know there's going to be a lot of talent here today. Can you tell me some of the names that are going to be here?
Sure. Well, first of all, I want to say that the Music Guild is comprised of 8 different musical groups, okay? And our first performers are going to be the Singers, which is a co-ed chorus group. And then we have a demonstration of the chimers. It's a demonstration because the chimers are to carry them around, it's a little difficult, but they play these bells, they play at churches and things like that. Then we have the Strummers, which is a guitar group, followed by the Harmonizers, which is our men's barbershop group, and they sing a little gospel too. You'll get a taste of that today. And then we have the Mountain Strings. They play those mountain type, I forget what you call those, not klezmers, but they're these odd sideways guitars. Anyway, they're called the Mountain Strings. Then we have a small group from the jazz band. They're going to be playing a couple of numbers. And then we have the Sweet Magnolias, which is not one of the groups in the Music Guild, but a lot of people from the Music Guild play with them. And then we have the Remember When band, which is really going to be a duet, which our vice president of the Music Guild was going to be singing. And then we have the Ukulele band, one of our largest groups, 50 to 60 members in that group. And it's open for amateurs, anyone to join. And then we have an open mic session where if people want to be hams and go up front and sing or whatever, tell a joke, we're allowed it, time permitting.
We have a lot of hams in Sun City, but also we have a lot of talent.
Yes, we do. We have people who have played professionally, sung professionally, done theater. I myself did community theater here. A lot of good talent in the Music Guild. And we're always looking for more members.
And what do you have to play to be a member?
Well, in most of the groups, except for the jazz band, you have to at least be able to read musical notation. But the other groups take novices. Anyone with no experience can join. And the beauty is that for one $5 membership to the Music Guild, you can participate in more than one of the music interest groups in the Music Guild.
So you could play all of them for $5 a year?
Yes, you can. Now, some of the groups have little extra charges because they wear uniforms or put on shows. That's a little extra that's managed within the group. But membership to the Music Guild is just $5 annually.
Now, if I wanted to join the Music Guild, how would I go about it?
Well, there's information on Sensations. It has contact information. And if you want to contact me, you're welcome to contact me. My name is Ruben Ariola, and my email address is rubariola@gmail.com.
Well, thank you, Ruben. Now let's go hear some of the music.
Okay, on with the show.
Magic
Well, now it's time for the picnic basket. This is Chris Chase and Bob Grando for Sun City TV.
The recent Meet the Author event featured Denise McAllister, who brought us her novel, Stalker or Saint. SCTV had a chance to sit down with Denise to learn more about her writing career.
Welcome, Denise. Thank you for coming and bringing us the story of Stalker or Saint. Now, what should a reader expect when they start turning the pages here?
Well, it's a mystery. I hope they find it intriguing and that it keeps them turning the pages. It's about a young girl, I'll tell you her name, Katie McKim, and she participates in horse showing. She does that, but she's had different tragedies in her life. So that's where the story will take you. You don't know who's the bad guy, who's the good guy. I don't want to give things away or spoiler, but I hope it keeps people intrigued and enjoying the read.
A lot of pages took me to figure out what was going on,
good.
and pleasantly surprised. Now, because you have accomplished so much as an author,
Thank you.
you know, here we are, you're going to have people coming in today, and I bet there's going to be some of those prospective writers. You know, I'm retired, my dream's been to write a book. What advice do you give people like that? Because you also do a lot of editing.
Yes, I do, right. I edit other people's novels, so it keeps me busy. What I have learned that works for me is the personal face-to-face contact or relationship. I met some people, some authors, and they said, maybe they were doing it, I don't know if I should call it an old-fashioned way, but they sent out 100, we call them query letters, to publishers. They mail them, however they do it, and they come back no answer. And to tell you the truth, I talked to some publishers, they take the query letter and they throw it in the trash can. And I feel so bad for people. But anyway, for me, I went to writers' conferences and I met different people, struck up a friendship with my co-author there. And we just started writing together and met a publisher at the conference. But it was all about face-to-face. You know, we developed a relationship with the publisher. We pitched our story, we told them what we were thinking of, and luckily we were so ecstatic that they said, that sounds, you know, really good. So I will tell you one thing though that was a surprise to us. We thought, oh, just write one book. We'll have it made. Oh boy, we'll be stars. You know, not really, that's not important. But then the publisher said to us, no, they believed in series.
See, that's great.
And so we were sitting there, but guess what? So we were sitting there with just the one book idea, and we thought, we have to write 3 books? We have to write 6 books?
Wait till Netflix picks it up for a series. Then you're really going to be working hard.
So it was an education.
Oh, that is fascinating to
That's
think.
what I try to impart to others.
Happy, sort of a happy problem?
It was happy and stressful too.
To hear more from author Denise McAllister, tune into SCTV's Meet the Author program. Still more to come. Reporter Chris Chase attended the Woodworkers' second lighthouse delivery. We hear from Georgia Lash about the Change for Change check reveal. And we give you info on the upcoming Eat Smart, Live Longer event. We'll return after this brief break.
Great fun. The first one up is Cypress Run, and Cypress Run had an annual, actually it's the 10th year of their annual, I'll make sure I have this right, sandwich, soup, salad, and dessert get-together. Next up is Fox Lake has our spectacular. Well, we have another big green event with Botany Bay over at Riverbend. Next up was March Cove, and boy, did they do St. Patrick's Day. They had seaweed from Ireland. They had Irish step dancers. Okay, and lastly was Oak Terrace, and they did a March Madness ice cream social. So they had games, and they had played, and there were definite winners. Okay. And then they did the brackets.
The Woodworkers did it again. Their second lighthouse was delivered to the Yacht Club in Harbortown. Chris Chase was there to talk to the woodworkers that made it, and she talked about their next lighthouse start.
8 months ago, the Woodworkers dropped off a 7-foot lighthouse.
7.5 foot, yes.
7.5-foot lighthouse to Tybee Island to the Coast Guard. Now today we're dropping off another lighthouse.
This is 2/3 the size of the one that originally we built for the Tybee Island Coast Guard. And this is in conjunction with the Coast Guard Auxiliary. We were asked if we could make one 2/3 the size of that one. So this is approximately 6 feet tall, and it's almost exact replica of the lighthouse around the corner, to include the doors and the awnings and the windows, as well as I think we may have gone one too many on the flags, but they're there and we're not changing. So that's that.
There was no plans or anything, so we had to do a little homework to.
And it was on a different scale too, right?
Yeah,
So that made it a little bit
we
more
had to
difficult.
rescale everything, and it was fun. It was a very fun project.
That's the important thing.
And Dale did a lot of the work on the tower, on building it to the point where it was able to be just glued together, so there are no screws or nails or anything on the tower itself, as well as cutting the wood and mitering it so that the wood could turn into the walkway that we have right here.
Tom, do you have another one in the future?
Yes, we're in progress of making this would be the third one, but yes, the next one is to go in, my understanding is inside the lighthouse on the second tier where the Coast Guard has their display, and it'll be the same size as this, the same dimensions, and it won't have wheels for wheeling in and out, but people will actually be able to stand next to it and have their picture taken, and it'll also be just exactly like this one. So
Now, do you make any smaller lighthouses?
I have made smaller ones. If you go into the wood shop at Sun City, in the display case, there is a lighthouse that is the same size as the miniature lighthouse or the small lighthouse that they sold here, and it's 12 inches tall, and it also lights up, not to the same dimensions as this, but it looks just like a regular lighthouse out there. So
Now,
yes,
the
long
thing
story.
that I was really impressed with in Tybee was the fact that when you turn it on with the lights and everything, it genuinely looks like a real lighthouse.
Well, we have this lit up too, and the lights that we have are the fading kind of a light that mimics a light that would be in a lighthouse. And so we have the spots to mimic the spotlights on the lighthouse around the corner, and we think we've done a pretty good job doing that. Maybe I can make one of the smaller ones with some lights also that will do that. Remains to be seen.
Oh, that sounds like it'd be tricky. But if anybody can do it, the woodworkers can do it.
I believe that's exactly
The one on
right.
Tybee has a revolving light, which is more realistic than a fading light. But for the size of this, we haven't come across, we're still looking, but we have not come across a revolving one that is that small.
Right.
I have faith you'll find it.
If not, we know how to work to double up the lights so it gets
That's right.
brighter.
Well, you guys can finish setting up now.
Okay.
Well, we're thinking about a foghorn also.
That would be good.
We're so grateful for the group of the guys from Sun City Workshop who have created this beautiful, beautiful handmade lighthouse that we're going to showcase and allow our visitors to enjoy. We're putting it in our yacht club window display where many, many people will be able to walk by and see. We cannot thank them enough for their time and their passion. Obviously, they love what they do, and we're just so grateful to be a part of that.
Our Sun City neighbors once again demonstrated their generosity. Reporter Georgia Lash has the story.
Sun City TV is so happy to be here at Pinckney Hall, where we're going to see the check reveal from the 2025 Change for Change fundraising campaign. So many children in Bluffton and Hardeeville are going to benefit from the efforts of our own Sun City Friends of Backpack Buddies.
So just to remind you, last year we had $70,872. That was last year's total.
Try not to look.
It's okay. This year we have $78,307.83.
Oh, Edie, you know, preparing for this check reveal, shoot, I have to always think, okay, what kind of number are we going to get? And how do I ask if the number isn't what we thought it was going to be? But, whoop,
$78,303.83. And we had money come in today, so it's going to be a little bit higher. So not by much, but a little bit. But we're so thankful for the generosity and the support the Sun City residents give to Change for Change. Without their support, we couldn't help feed families in Bluffton and Hardyville. So we're excited. $78,307.83. Wow.
And that's based with 99,000 coins are a part of that total.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I was very excited this morning. I want to thank Pat Stout from the South Side. She couldn't be with us today, but without her support and the 33 neighborhoods she coordinates, it's unbelievable.
And I hope everybody gets this news out to their neighborhood who participated, because if I understand, your coordinator said that this literally is enough to fund the program for the next year.
To fund the program for the entire 25 to 26 school year in Hardyville and Bluffton. That's great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for letting us in Sun City have such an easy way to get outside the gates to help people.
Yes, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for your support, Georgia. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
The Eat Smart, Live Longer Club is presenting a live presentation open to all Sun City residents on Thursday, April 17th at Pickney Hall Ballroom from 7 to 8 p.m. The speaker will be Ted Barnett, MD. Now, Dr. Barnett, also known as Dr. Veggie, is president and board chair of Rochester Lifestyle Medicine Institute, and he is an interventional radiologist dedicated to transforming the practice of medicine using the principles of plant-based nutrition. Now, the title of his presentation is Plant-Based Nutrition and Changing Medical Paradigms. Still much more ahead on Sun City News. Rich Holman's here with an entertainment report. Our SCTV crew checked out the car club's attendance at the Carpool Concert. And Mike Romano has sports to report. So make sure you come on back.
No April Fool in here. Joanne and I are ready to bring you a fun and informative April episode of Extra.
We're bringing you sound waves and a fashion show fundraiser.
We take you to the Foodseum, an interactive collection of artifacts about a favorite subject, food.
We take in the beauty of our Sun City hummingbird and butterfly garden with a healthy dose of good gardening tips and tricks.
Cable viewers, please check our program listings on the Sun City website. And most conveniently, you can always catch us on our YouTube station, where we invite you to subscribe for easy viewing.
Now let's head over to Rich Holman for some entertainment news.
Thanks, Norma. What's coming up in Sun City? On April 24th, there'll be a health fair at Pickney Hall in the Pavilion grounds from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Join health and wellness professionals from the Low Country for screenings, handouts, samples, and more. This is a free event and a great way to connect with health professionals. On Wednesday, April 30th at 5:30, head on over to Riverbend for a unique experience walking through tastings of different bourbons from the Heaven Hill brand while being paired with a 4-course dinner from executive chef Andy Borgmeyer of Signature Events and Catering. You can check out the full menu at Lifestyle Services. Capacity is 60 for this event, and tickets are $120 for this one-of-a-kind experience. You can pick up those tickets at Lifestyle Services or online. Enjoy. A few events coming up in May you'll want to get tickets for. On May 7th, join Sun City resident Faye Passanisi for a fun time as she teaches you step-by-step how to make a patriotic wreath to display in your home. All supplies are included in the ticket price of $50. This is a really fun activity to do with friends. So pick up tickets online or at Lifestyle Services. There is a limit of 4 tickets per household, and the capacity is 40. Fun starts at 2 p.m. at Pickney Hall. On May 13th, 14th, and 15th, Journeyman, a tribute to Eric Clapton, will be presented at Magnolia Hall starting at 7 p.m. Sean Haig brings slow hand to life with scintillating guitar work from all aspects of Clapton's career. Haig has worked with blues greats such as Kenny Wayne Shepherd, as well as John Waite and John Fogerty. In addition, Haig was named Best Young Blues Guitarist by the House of Blues when he was just 17 years old. This guy is phenomenal. He'll be joined by his backing band to bring a night of unforgettable music. Tickets are $35 and can be purchased at Lifestyle Services or online. There is a limit of 4 tickets per household. Doors open at 6, show starts at 7. Tickets are going fast, so order now. On May 10th, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in historic downtown Bluffton, the 2025 Bluffton Mayfest kicks off. Also known as the Bluffton Village Festival, Mayfest is the top annual event in Bluffton with plenty to see and do for kids and adults. The festival will feature many artists and food vendors. Most of the events will take place at Martin Family Park, Dubois Park, the Hayward House, and on Bridge Street. So come on down and support our local artists and vendors. Admission is free, and you can check out the Bluffton events page for more info. The Lean Theater Ensemble in Hilton Head will be opening Master Class by Terrence McNally on May 15th and running through May 25th. This is a fantastic show about Maria Callas, famed opera singer, teaching a master class in front of an audience, us. This show won numerous Tony Awards upon its release and is a funny, poignant peek into the sacrifices that must be made for the sake of great art. Show plays at the Main Street Theater in Hilton Head, and tickets can be purchased by going to the Lean Theater website at www.leanensemble.org. That is it for this week. Get up, get out, and have some fun. Norma, it's back to you.
Our Sun City Car Club added to the ambiance at the recent Carpool Concert at Magnolia Hall. Check it out.
At the Car Tribute Band Concert, our car club from Sun City had an opportunity to decorate a little bit of this Magnolia Hall parking lot with some of their fun rides. Let's take a look. Oh, Randy, you car club people take every opportunity you get to show off your cars. So, I think you should. Pride and joy, tell us.
That is my pride and joy. This is my 6th Corvette I've had. This has been the nicest one. It's a 2021 hardtop convertible C8. Silver and black. I bought the car off the internet in New Bern, North Carolina.
From Amazon?
No, not from Amazon. I spent a whole day, I traded the car in, a 2015 white Corvette on this car. And drove up one day 400 miles and drove back 400 miles all in one day.
Okay,
to get this car. Had it 3 years.
You've represented for our Sun City Car Club Corvette members. Good job. Thank you for bringing this out. Really adds to the ambiance.
Oh, yeah. We love the car club.
Okay, we are here with one of our favorite cars in the Sun City Car Club. It's always winning all these awards. But today I learned something I've never learned about the car before. I don't know if you know this, but gray is my favorite color, so I've always loved this car. How did you choose this color?
Well, this is how it came about. We had another car previous to this one, and we wanted something different, and we wanted a gray car. So we started with an electric panel, the gray on an electric panel. And because the car had a green leather interior, we put a hint of green in the paint, and that gave us this custom color.
And what year was this, Rick?
2012.
2012,
yeah.
Okay, right.
And then, of course, the whole world has now turned into loving gray as much as this.
Gray
You're
seems to be the #1 color.
trendsetters.
So we started it.
And that's what we say, we started it.
Wish you could get the royalties on that, right?
Yep. I put in for it, but I'm still waiting.
Thank you. It's always a beauty to see this car here. Always. Under duress, I have Dale over here with the car that I call the unique factor, no matter what car show or where you're all displaying, the unique factor of this beautiful car. So give us the commercial for it.
The commercial is, this is a 1949 Ford Tudor, and this was the first vehicle that was redesigned after World War II. And so back then they called them the shoebox. It was the 49 to 1951. And these cars were so hot back then, they sold so many of them. And like I said, it was really the first car that they redesigned after World War II.
I have to believe yours is the only one with this paint job.
I do believe that. It is flat. And I will say that everything looks stock on the outside, but there's not one thing stock underneath. This has a brand new motor, transmission, rear end. It's probably the fastest car I've ever owned.
Ooh, okay. Well, don't listen, Securitas. Thanks a lot for bringing it out to have some more fun at the concert tonight.
You're welcome.
Steve, you're a board member of the Sun City Car Club, so I want to know, when you heard that there was going to be a Cars tribute band concert, how quickly did you all decide that this is some way that you could add a real car flavor to this event?
I would say it was a nanosecond. You got cars and you got cars.
And who helped cooperate to get that done?
Well, here's what happened. We came up as a club. We had a couple guys and kind of brainstormed, had a few ideas. But as we know, first of all, go see Lifestyles. You know, that way you're not stepping on anybody's toes. And second of all, go see Securitas because we're in the parking lot. So that made things a lot easier to get that out of the way first. And I think we're in our third day. It's been successful.
And it's a great example of our clubs amplifying all of the good lifestyle we already have and making it even better. Thank you for doing this.
You're more than welcome.
Now here's Mike Romano with sports news.
Hello, sports fans. This past week was exciting for Sun City as it hosted the Low Country Pickleball Tournament at both the North and South Side courts. This major competition included players from Sun City as well as competitors from 7 states. It also drew a large number of spectators. SCTV was there to record some of the events. Let's take a look. We're with Steve Lerner, the director of the tournament here at the Low Country Pickleball Classic. Steve, tell us a little bit about this classic and what it means to Sun City.
Sure. Thanks. This is the 10th anniversary Low Country Pickleball Classic, held here in Hardyville, presented by Novant Health and Hilton Head Lexus. And the reason I speak about our major partners is because this event, again, our 10th anniversary, is annually held to benefit local charities. You know, and City of Hardyville, all the sponsors help provide a lot of funding to put on one of the largest tournaments in the region. So we bring in about 400 players from all of the surrounding states. They get to experience and enjoy Sun City. They get to bring revenue into the community and really have a great time for 3 days. But for the most important thing is to benefit the local charities and, of course, also the Sun City Pickleball Club that puts on the event.
How many players do you have in this tournament?
So we have 404 players. They're playing over 3 days in 44 different divisions, men's doubles, mixed doubles, and women's doubles. They'll play almost 800 matches.
And how far away do they come to this tournament?
That's a tough question because a lot of people list their home states rather than where they actually live. On paper, we draw from 22 states, you know, but I think reality is it's more like the 6 or 8, you know, the Carolinas, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, you know, the surrounding states. But at 400 players, it is one of the largest pickleball events in the region.
That's it for this week's Sports Report. It's now time to get outside and enjoy the sun. Mike Romano for Sun City Sports.
Well, that's our news for this week. Thank you for watching. Catch us on cable and on our YouTube station, where we invite you to hit like and subscribe. Now, to see expanded coverage of some of our SCTV stories, tune into our monthly show Extra. And if you have questions and comments, email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. But make sure you check in with us next week for all the news that's in your neighborhood. For Sun City News, I'm Norma Taylor.